Hi everybody. So today we're going to do something rather special. This is the Superman Minion and I think he's super adorable. This design is by Jess Davis, also known as Craft Lover 17. You may have seen all her minions on Instagram. If not, do check out her page Craft Lover 17. So I get the pleasure, yay, of teaching you how to create this. These are all the supplies I think you're gonna need. Gonna add that. What we're gonna do is, this is approximate band count. I mean approximate. I really tried with the band count, so again, approximate band count. You're gonna need something for the eyes. I used the googly eyes. Jess used a 12mm safety eye. I don't have the safety eye, so we're gonna go with what I actually have. I used a googly eye. You can use a pony bead. This is a button. Good idea. I'm gonna also show you how to make the magic circle for the eye, or suggest that. We're gonna use a pencil, a hook, scissors. I'm gonna use a toothpick, and I'll show you why. Some sort of stitch marker, your loom, some stuffing. You're gonna need a ruler. You're gonna use, if you're gonna make the little emblem on the front, you're gonna need a ruler, some yellow felt, some red felt, and 2 pieces of paper. And that's why you're also gonna use your pencil. Now in the video, I show you to use the Elmer's school glue, big X. Do not use this glue. And that was to attach the felts together. You're gonna need some sort of stronger glue. I recommend either a felt glue. I ended up using a carpenter's glue. Use a hot glue gun, whatever you have. Get mom and dad to sew on that little needle and thread and sew it together. But you're gonna need something stronger than that Elmer's glue that I show you. So I do hope you enjoy, and let's get started. Round one of the legs. This is what it's gonna look like. I'm gonna show you to do one, and then you're gonna pause the video and make yourself another one. So right now I'm going to do 5 single crochets in the magic ring. So take your first band and wrap it around the bottom peg 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're gonna pull 5 bands through. So bring your first one through on your hook and bring your band over and bring it to the side. Back in for your second band, bring through, bring your 2 loops over and bring it to the side. And you're just continuing. Your third band on your hook, 2 loops over. Attach your stitch marker to the band that's around your hook. Can't pick this up right now. There you go. And remove off the loom. So you should have 5 stitches. Move your bands around so you have a circle. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is on your hook. For round 2 of the leg, what we're going to do is add 2 bands in each chain. So 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. At the end of this round, you should have 10 stitches. So going in the first chain, I'm going to bring 2 bands through that chain, one at a time. Back in. And moving on to the next chain with 2 bands. Back in. And again, the next chain, 2 bands. So just continue until you get to the stitch marker. So you should have 10 stitches. Remove your stitch marker and add it to the band that's around your hook. For round 3, the pattern is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, all the way around. At the end of round 3, you're going to have 15 stitches. So we're just adding 2 bands on every second stitch. So go in your first with 1 band. You're repeating this 5 times, just by the way. Your second stitch with 2 bands. Back in. And repeat 1 and 2 in the next. Back in. So you just want to repeat until you get to the stitch marker. You should have 15 stitches. Remove the stitch marker. For round 4 of the leg, we're going to do 15 single crochets, and we're going to catch the inside loop only. So using 15 bands, you're just going to add 1 band to each chain. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, all the way around. At the end of this round, you'll have 15 stitches. So going in our first chain, just grabbing the inside loop. So don't go through the whole chain, grab the inside. We're creating the base of his boot. And slide. So you're just crocheting normally, but you're just grabbing the inside loop. The first little loop that's towards you. All the way around until you get to the stitch marker. I'm cooking pasta and I think it's over boiling. It's just coming out of the pot now. And again, you should have 15 stitches, and then you can remove your stitch marker and add it to the band that's around your hook. For round 5, what we're going to do is make this round smaller to 12 stitches. So how we're going to do that is the first 3 chains you're going to add 1 band. So 1, 1, 1. Then you're going to take 4 and 5 and stitch together. 1, 1, 1. 4 and 5 together. You're just going to repeat this 3 times. So at the end of round 5, you're going to have 12 stitches. So let's go on our first chain with 1 band. Chain 2 with 1. Chain 3 with 1. Now you're going to take 4 and 5 and stitch together. 4 and 5, and bring a band through your chains on your hook and slide. Repeat 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. 4 and 5 together. And repeat one more time. Four and 5 together. So you should have 12 stitches. Remove your stitch marker and add it to the band that's around your hook. For round 6, we're going to decrease twice. So this is what the pattern is going to look like. What you're going to do is 1, 1, 3, and 4 together. 1, 1, 3, and 4 together. And then you're going to do 1, 1, 1, 1. So at the end of round 6, you're going to have 10 stitches. So let's do the first row together here. Going in the first chain with 1 band. Chain 2 with 1. Now 3 and 4 together. And you're going to repeat that. So the next row, 1, the next chain, 1, 3 and 4 together. And then you have 4 chains left. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Add 1 band in each. So you should have 10 stitches. Remove your stitch marker. So this is our last row with the red color, and then we're going to be changing to the blue. For round 7, you're just going to add 1 band in each chain. 1, 1, 1, 1, all the way around. So you'll still have 10 stitches at the end of this round. So go ahead and start. Put your hook in the first chain and bring 1 band through. And just continue, 1 band. Oops. Ten stitches, remove your stitch marker. For round 8, changing to the blue color, I'm going to start off right away with a slip stitch. So bringing my first band through all of the loops that are on my hook. So the pattern is 4 single crochets followed by an increase. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. You're just doing this 2 times. So you'll have 12 stitches when you're done. In the first chain, with 1 band, going through all of the loops on your hook, grabbing the end and sliding. Chain 2 with 1. Chain 3 with 1. Chain 4 with 1. And then chain 5, you're adding 2 bands one at a time. So just repeat the pattern. "12 stitches, remove your stitch marker and add it to the band around your hook. For round 9, I'm going to do 12 single crochets and grabbing the inside loop only. So you're adding 1 band, 1, 1, 1, 1, all the way around. So let's grab that inside loop again. Remember, when you start, don't start with that little knot because we changed color. You want to start on your first chain. So I'm just going to grab the little loop that's facing the center of the boot That's your inside loop. And I'm going to bring my band through on your hook and slide. And again, inside loop only. I didn't grab the chain or both back and front, just the inside. So normally you would go through both of the chains. You're just grabbing the inside. And you're going to do this all the way until you get to the stitch marker. Remove your stitch marker and add it to the band that's around your hook, and you should still have 12 stitches. Round 10, our last round for the boot, we're going to do 12 single crochets. So we are going to add one band to each chain, one, all the way around. So going in our first knot where it's getting pulled and bringing one band through the chain on our hook and slide. The next chain, one band. Our last band, we're going to do a slip knot to tie it closed. And the last band, you're going to bring through all of the loops, grab the end, and tie it off. And my stitch marker went flying. So please pause the video and make yourself a second one. Now we're going to make the arms, and I'm going to show you how to do one, and then you're going to pause the video and make yourself another one. So I'm going to start off with the black, and I'm going to do 5 single crochets in the magic ring. So let's take our first band and wrap it around the bottom peg 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Now you're going to pull 5 bands through one at a time. So reach in between your cap band here and bring your first band through on your hook and bring your loop over and slide your band to the side. Go back in for your second band. Bring it through on your hook and these 2 loops over to the side. Back in and just repeat. 2 loops over to the side. You can attach your stitch marker and remove off the loom. You should have 5 stitches. You want to just move your bands around so that they're nice and even in a circle. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is on your hook. For round 2 of the arm, we're continuing with the black color, and what we want to do is increase this round to 8 stitches. So in order to do that, we're going to do our first stitch with 1 band. And then we're going to do 3 increases. So in the next stitch, you'll add 2. In the third stitch, you'll add 2 bands. In the fourth stitch, you'll add 2, and then 1. So let's just go in our first stitch. If I didn't say, at the end of this round, you'll have 8 stitches. So go in your first chain and add 1 band. And then in the next 3 chains, you're adding 2 bands, 1 at a time. back in, your next chain with 2 bands, back in, and your third chain with 2 bands, back in, and then your last chain where your stitch marker is, you're adding 1 band. So you should have 8 stitches. Remove your stitch marker and add it to the band that's around your hook. For round 3, we're just going to do 8 single crochets, so adding 1 band to each chain. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. So in the first chain, just add your 1 band, and then your next chain with 1, and just adding 1 all the way till you get to your stitch marker. So at the end of this round, you should still have 8 stitches. You can remove your stitch marker and add it to the band that's around your hook. For round 4, we're going to change to our blue color, which is this is the opaque ocean blue. And I'm just going to do 8 single crochets, but grabbing the inside loop only. So the inside loop, you have in one chain, you have 2 little loops. The one that's inside is your inside loop, and the one on the outside is your outside loop. So normally we would grab both of them. I just want to grab the one that's closest to the center. So putting my hook just through that one little loop of that chain. I am changing color, so I am going to start off with a slip stitch. So this band is going to go through all the loops that are on my hook, just to have an even round when we're done. So through all the loops and then slide. Now continuing around, just grabbing the inside loop and bringing your band through on your hook and slide. And again, inside loop, band through your chain on your hook and slide. And just continue until you get to the stitch marker. Inside loop. It's a tiny little piece, so take your time. Open it up so you can see. And the last one, inside loop. Bring my band through on my hook and slide, and remove your stitch marker and add it to the band that's around your hook. For rounds 5 to rounds 11 of the arm, we're just going to do 8 single crochets, so adding 1 band to each chain. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, all the way around. Each pile have 8 bands. I'm going to do round 5 with you, and then you're going to pause the video to complete the rest of the rounds. Your last band, you want to do a slip knot to tie it closed. So just pulling your band through your last one, through all the loops that are on your hook, and tie it off. So let's start with round 5 here with our first band. We're going to go in our first chain, not where your little slip knot is here. You're going to see, let me just move this fluff. Don't go in your little slip knot, because that shows because we changed color. You want to go in the chain and bring your first band through the chain on your hook and slide, and your next chain with 1 band. And just continue all the way around until you get to the stitch marker. So you should have 8 stitches when you're done. And remove your stitch marker and add it to the band that's around your hook. Boop. Please pause the video and complete the rest of the rounds. Round 1 of his suit, we're going to start off with the red color. And I'm going to do 8 single crochets in the magic ring. So we want to take our first band and wrap it around the bottom peg 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Now you're going to pull the 8 bands through one at a time. First band, go in and bring your first band through on your hook and bring your loop over and bring it to the side. Go back in for your second band and bring through on your hook and 2 loops over. Bring it to the side. Back in, and you're just going to continue until you finish with your 8 bands. You're going to attach your stitch marker to the band that's around your hook and remove off the loom. So you should have 8 stitches. Move your bands around so that they're nice and neat. If ever you do find the hole is big from the magic circle, from the loom, just turn it around and just squish it closed. And then it should close on its own. So you should have 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 is on your hook. For round 2, we're going to add 2 bands to each chain. I'm staying with the red. So basically you have 8 stitches, so I have 16 bands here. At the end of round 2, you're going to have 16 stitches. So you're just adding 2 bands, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, all the way around. You're going to add the 2 bands one at a time. Going in your first chain, bringing 1 band through. Go back in that same chain and add your second band and bring it through. And on the next chain, 2 bands. Go back in. The next chain with 2. Back in. And the next. Back in. And you can see I have 4 stitches left. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Back in. And just continue until you get to the stitch marker. So you can remove your stitch marker and add it to the band that's around your hook, and you should have 16 stitches. For round 3, we're going to add 2 bands on every second stitch. So that's 1, 2, 1, 2, all the way around. You're going to repeat this pattern 8 times, and at the end of round 3, you're going to have 24 stitches. So let's go on our first chain with 1 band. Chain 2, so your next chain, you're going to add 2 bands. Go back in that same chain with for your second band and repeat 1 and then 2. And repeat 1, 2. Back in. And you're just going to continue until you get to the stitch marker. So you should have 24 stitches. Remove your stitch marker and add it to the band that's around your hook. For round 4, we're going to increase on every third stitch. So the pattern is 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. You're going to repeat this pattern 8 times. And at the end of round 4, you're going to have 32 stitches. So let's go on our first 2 chains with 1 band in each. Chain 2 with 1 band. And then chain 3, we're adding 2 bands. Back in. And let's repeat again. 1, 1, 2. And again, 1, 1, 2. Back in. And now, again, just repeat all the way till you get to your stitch marker. "32 stitches, and remove your stitch marker and add it to the band around your hook. For round 5 and round 6, you're going to do 32 single crochets, so adding 1 band to each chain. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, all the way around. Still sticking with the red color. I'm going to do round 5 with you, and then you're going to pause the video to do round 6 and come back to me when you're done. So going in our first chain, not where it's getting pulled, and bring 1 band through. And just continue with 1 band in each chain all the way around until you get to your stitch marker. Each pile, I have 32 bands, just in case you need to know. remove your stitch marker and add it to the band that's around your hook. Pause the video and come back to me when you've completed round 6. For round 7, I'm going to do 32 single crochets, so adding one band, 1, 1, 1 all the way around. Changing color to the yellow, and I'm going to grab the outside loop only on this round. So I have 32 bands here. Not enough camera space to organize those, so there's 32 bands. Changing color, so I'm going to start off with a slip stitch. So grabbing the outside, we've always been grabbing the inside so far. We want to grab the outside loop, the outer loop. So I'm going to go in the center of the chain. Normally we would go like this, going in the center of the chain and grabbing the loop on the outside. Bring your loop through all of the loops that are on your hook and do a slip stitch. Going around, one band in each chain on the outside loop only. I'm just going to go all the way around until you get to the stitch marker. So just to repeat, just in case, don't go through the whole chain. I'm just going in the center and grabbing the loop that's on the outside and going around. So you should have 32 stitches. Remove your stitch marker. Don't pull this band too tight. And add it to the band around your hook. For rounds 8 and rounds 9, still continuing with the yellow, we're going to do 32 single crochets around. So just adding one band, 1, 1, 1, 1, all the way around. I'm going to do part of round 8 with you. I'm not going to go all the way around, and then you're going to pause the video to complete the 2. So you're just going to crochet normally. So we're going to go on our first chain. You'll see your little slip knot. Don't start there. Start in your chain. You're going to put your hook through the chain, bring your band through, and slide. And just continue. One band through the chain, I'm just going to do a couple more, and then you're just going to repeat this the same way all the way till you get to your stitch marker. So please do pause the video now and then complete the rounds. For round 10, I'm going to change to blue now, and of course I'm going to start off with a slip stitch, but we are going to do 32 single crochets. I'm only going to grab the inside loop only. So it will be 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 all the way around. So I'm going to grab my first band and my inside loop. So going to the chain, not where it's getting pulled, and I'm grabbing the loop that's facing the center or towards you. So I normally, and this is what we want to do. Bring your band through both of those loops, grab the end, and slide. The next stitch, inside loop, one band. I have 32 bands in this pile, just so you know there's 32. So at the end of this round, we're gonna have 32 stitches. So inside loop, one band through. Inside, one band. And you're just gonna do this all the way around until you get to the stitch marker. Inside loop. Just make sure you're grabbing the inside loop. So remove your stitch marker and add it to the band that's around your hook. For rounds 11, 12, 13, and 14, you're going to do 32 single crochets with the blue color. So adding one band, 1, 1, 1, 1 all the way around. I'm going to do part of round 11 with you, and then you're going to pause the video to complete the rest of the rounds. So we're going to start off with round 11 here, and you're going to go in your first chain knot, the little slip knot, and put your hook through the chain and bring your first band through the chain and on your hook and slide. Through the chain, the band, and slide. And just continue. Your last band, you're going to do a slip knot to tie it closed on round 14. So just continue going around until you get to the stitch marker with 32 single crochets. Each pile, in case you didn't get it, there's 32 bands in each pile. So at the end of each round, you should have 32 stitches. I'm just going to do a couple more with you, and then you're going to pause the video. So I think now you can just pause the video. You've got the point. You're just going to add one band around until you get to the stitch marker. So I just wanted to show you, just in case, I'm at the last band for round 14, and I'm going to go in and just do a slip knot. So this is my last stitch with my last band, bringing it through all of the loops and grabbing the end and tying it off. And the body's done.